playing in the NBA Finals, motivation is a given. But if bulletin board material carries weight, the Blazers have plenty. The defending champion Bulls have added their voices to a chorus, casting Portland as a paper tiger with talent to burn, but unable to stick to a winning script. Now, can the Blazers shred that narrative and write their own championship chapter?
One of the many wonderful sights to see in Chicago, the Fountain of the Great Lakes in Grant Park.
And now, the starting lineup for your world champion, Chicago Bulls. A 6'2" guard from Notre Dame, John Paxson. The man in the middle, out of San Francisco, 7'1", Bill Cartwright. And forward from Clemson, 6'10", Horace Grant. And forward, 6'8", from Central Arkansas, Scottie Pippen. From North Carolina, at guard, 6'6", Michael Jordan.
The stage is set here in Chicago. Welcome everyone to game one of the NBA Finals. The Portland Trail Blazers and the defending champion Chicago Bulls. Along with Coach Mike Fratello, former player Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, I'm Kevin Hunter. And Mike, a Blazers team that some have questioned. What is their mentality?
Well, they've made it clear. They're out to prove a point that they're ready for this moment and that they can deliver in the clutch.
And the two leading stars for these teams. Clark, it's Clyde Drexler and Michael Jordan. Their games invite comparison, I think.
They sure do, Kevin. A lot of similarities when you look at them, from their age to the versatility and athleticism of their game. Air Jordan and Clyde the Glide, both cleared for takeoff.
On the floor for Portland, it'll be Terry Porter and Clyde Drexler in the backcourt. Up front, Jerome Kersey is at small forward. Buck Williams at the 4. Handling the low post is Kevin Duckworth. For the Bulls, Bill Cartwright is at the center. Scottie Pippen and Horace Grant man the front court. John Paxson is at the point. And, of course, at off guard, it'll be Michael Jordan.
And the Blazers certainly motivated to answer their detractors. That's a question they know can't be answered with words, but rather with their performance on the floor.
Clearly the defense could have been better there, guys, but he also needs to convert that.
This is to Pippen. Jordan looking it over. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well. And Clark, the Blazers like to play a much faster pace than the Bulls.
Certainly, Kevin, they will be looking to push the tempo. You can count on that. And that could help them with their execution, in my mind. Much simpler pushing the ball with a numbers advantage than going against the set half-court defense.
Great scouting report. And here's Drexler outside. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will retain possession. And plenty of storylines coming into this series. Let's check in with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge, for more on that. David.
Okay, guys, one of the stories coming into the finals is the health of Michael Jordan. He had a sore wrist in Game 6 of the Eastern Conference Finals, and it caused him to miss 15 of his first 20 shots. But Jordan insists the wrist is just fine. He went through his game day weightlifting routine this morning with no restrictions. Back to you.
That is a good sign. David, thank you very much. Mike, lifting weights like that today, it looks like a thumbs up. What do you think?
Yeah, that's not something you do on a game day with a bad wrist. And Jordan's such a competitor that even if he is banged up, he'll fight right through it.
Always has, you're right.
And in the run-up to this series, Phil Jackson really tried to establish a mental edge. His comments about the Blazers were pretty scathing.
I don't think there's a coach that's been any better at jabbing the other team. We know how Phil Jackson operates. The Blazers, though, are a tested and veteran team. Phil's remarks possibly could backfire, being just what the Blazers need to get out to a fast start.
Lock at 6. It's Porter outside. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. Now the Bulls with it. They've got an 8-0 run. Mike, one thing with this matchup, Terry Porter has really struggled against the Bulls in the past.
Definitely not a good sign for the Blazers. Porter's one of their most important players. They need him to come up big in this series.
And it's Porter with the ball for the Trailblazers. They trail by 9 points. And the first time out of the game called here for the Trailblazers.
Good timeout right there. It was much needed.
Yeah, the other team is clicking right now. Coach wants to try and halt this run.
Outside Williams. Porter against Paxson. Porter, no luck. And Mike, after his poor shooting night last time out, everyone wondering how Michael Jordan will respond tonight.
Okay, we'll see very shortly. Sometimes that only helps to fire him up. Opponents are scared of Jordan coming off a bad game. He goes out there trying to prove himself all over again.
And usually is successful.
Pippen putting in the work to get there for the denial. That was really a nice hustle play.
And in my mind, the most fascinating individual matchup in this series is Drexler going up against Michael Jordan. Jordan's going to have his work cut out on the defensive end.
Yeah, I could not agree with you more, Coach. Yeah, you know, MJ's guarding a guy who's averaging 27 points a game in the playoffs in Drexler. So he's going to have to really do a lot of work at both ends of the floor.
Here is Curson. Following the basket by Michael Jordan. Drexler outside. Will it go? Rebound by the Bulls.
And the defense wasn't horrible, but still, he's got to come through there. There wasn't enough resistance to prevent him from scoring that one.
Right out of the starting blocks, they've been dominant at the offensive end.
And that early momentum has helped them put together a nice lead.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over.
Shooting too many blanks in this one to stay close.
Maybe try something different. Couldn't hurt at this point.
Chicago making some changes. Williams comes in for Bill Carter. And Armstrong subbed in for Paxson. And one thing the Bulls have been relying on is Jordan scoring Clark in the post.
That's been a bit of a surprise tactic for them in the playoffs, and it's paid dividends. More and more, they're setting up Jordan on the block. We'll see if they stick with that tonight.
And the athleticism of Jordan is out of this world. Simply just an incredible player who does whatever he wants on offense.
And these are his second and third free throws tonight. First free throw is good. And so he makes both from the line. Trailblazers trail by 17. Outside Robinson. Here's Ainge. Here's Abdelnaby. Some solid defense from Grant.
I love how he challenged the shot. That takes some guts to the hoop.
Count it. Jordan's got 18 points.
Right from the start, they set the tone and were the more dominant team.
I love how they've looked right from the tip, doing an amazing job building this lead.
They can't stop the run with that one.
It's actually hard to believe that since their title in 1978, the Blazers have only missed the playoffs once. How about consistency there? Unfortunately, they're still looking for that second championship ring.
Yeah, Portland hasn't been at their best when the stakes are high. Maybe this is the year they finally get to raise the trophy again.
And they double up Jordan. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. To the paint. And he throws it down hard with one hand.
This is why coaches preach ball movement. It keeps everyone engaged.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago.
Looks like to me the coach wants to talk things over and make some changes. Got to stay flexible with your lineup.
And these guys know that. It's all about setting the team up for success out there.
Some changes for Chicago. Purdue, he's checked in for Grant. King comes in for Scotty Pippen. And Hansen subbed in for Michael Jordan. Here's Armstrong. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Right wing. Robinson against King. Williams passes to King, and he comes up with the deuce.
The Bulls continue to share the ball. They're unselfish, active, and finding points easily at the moment.
Pass to Abdelnaby. Over Purdue. Abdelnaby, no good. And so it's the Chicago Bulls taking a 19-point lead into the break. Their defense has been active and effective. We'll read
the Trailblazers 4.
We welcome you back for the second quarter of Game 1 of the NBA Finals. Tremendous action so far between the Bulls and the Trailblazers.
Here come your
Bulls leading by 19 points.
And with Jordan leading the way, the Bulls won their first title last year. I'm not sure they'll have to wait long for another one.
Here are the five Portland has to start the second quarter. Porter is out there with Drexler. Then there's Kevin Duckworth. Then it's Robinson. And it's Bryant in at the 4 spot. 4 on the clock. And here's Jordan outside. The rebound by Bryant. And when we talk about Jordan, we're talking about a man, Clark, in the prime of his career. At the very top of his game.
Yeah, one of the best we've ever seen, Kevin. I wouldn't doubt the Larry O'Brien trophy lives in the Bulls trophy case for a few more years. I mean, the Blazers might not want to hear that, but it could very well happen. Saw that angle to the basket and knew exactly what to do in transition.
When he has a lane like that to the rim, you know he's looking to finish the break.
Robinson kicks to Porter. They get it again. Here's Drexler. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And the Bulls not going to Jordan in the post as much as we've seen Clark throughout these playoffs.
At the line for
And Kevin, that
Blazers,
might be by design. I mean, the Bulls have sent MJ into the post so many times. This might be a little wrinkle that Phil Jackson has in store for the Blazers.
Yeah, that's a good point. That wouldn't surprise me. Catching up on the changes for Portland. Williams comes in for Bryant. And Jerome Kersen subbed in for Robinson. And here's Jordan outside. Jordan nails the triple, his second of his first half. Portland's going to need a tighter grip here on Michael. Porter passes to Kersey. Portland moving the ball around. Duckworth with the bucket.
Such a skillful passer. Porter has a great sense for when and where to send the ball.
Paxson outside, and there's the pass to Jordan. Tying an NBA Finals record in a half. Michael Jordan with his third three, providing an early lift for the Chicago Bulls. Like I'd say, any questions about Jordan's bad wrist have now been answered.
It's not affecting him at all, and he's taking advantage of some really soft Portland D. By the look of it, MJ's going to make this a long night for the Blazers.
And while we have a chance, let's send it over to David Aldridge, courtside.
Thanks, guys. In this series, of course, everyone's looked forward to that head-to-head matchup between Michael Jordan and Clyde Drexler. Now, Jordan's defense is going to be a key role, maybe more so than it was in their last series. Cleveland's backcourt doesn't have the...
Jordan is now closing in on the most points in an NBA Finals half. Can he get to 33? And right away, we can see the one-on-one battle, Mike, between Jordan and Drexler is going to take center stage.
And not in the way Clyde wanted. Jordan's been toying with him. If this is how their matchup was going to go, the Blazers are in trouble.
Big trouble. Livingston's checked in for Carter.
with Livingston.
Now Kersey. Rebounded by Livingston.
And the Bulls might be a little short on the bench. Craig Hodges has been limited with a bad ankle.
Chicago doing a nice job moving the ball, finding good shooting opportunities, and exploiting the weaknesses of the defense with really on-target, on-time passing.
Porter kicks to Williams. And for those of you just joining us, we're in the second quarter with about 3 minutes gone by. Portland again missing. And Clark, as for Hodges, he might not play a lot of minutes now with that injury, but he certainly, when he does play, he's a catalyst for them.
Yeah, Kevin, he's really an instant offense guy. I mean, can come in and knock down big three-pointers if the offense needs it, but unfortunately, the Bulls might not have that usual spark of his off the bench.
They need to find a high percentage shot, Clark, to regain some of that confidence.
I think they've gone too long without seeing one go down, and that begins to mess with your psyche.
Here's Kersey. Porter trying to free himself up. Misses, and the dry spell continues. And once again, the Bulls defense stifling Porter.
Well, with that size and athleticism on the wings, they have the ability to get him out of his comfort zone. He only shot 31% against them in the regular season, and his struggles continue tonight.
Yeah, it's hurting.
2 minutes remaining.
Kersey passes to Porter. Outside, Drexler. Williams kicks to Porter. Offensive rebound. And Grant sends it back.
One of the better defenders in this game. Grant teeing off on that one.
And he's able to get it back. Great positioning on the putback.
What hustle on the offensive glass, finding ways to capitalize, paying off that hard work.
Paxson passes to Jordan. Over Drexler. Michael Jordan now holds the NBA Finals record for most points in a half. This is certainly a night to be remembered in NBA history. Drexler outside. Here's Duckworth. Rebound by the Bulls. Grant's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game.
Hey, this is a pretty funny story you think about it. After Chicago drafted Jordan in 1984, he flew into town, but they didn't have anybody at the airport to pick him up. A chauffeur at the airport recognized him and offered him a ride. I bet you the Bulls figured out how to take better care of Jordan after that.
And that's a surprising time, Clark, for an intentional foul.
It sure is. I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, I'm not sure what he's trying to accomplish right there. I'll tell you what, he better have a good reason for it, or he's going to be seeing some extra pine time.
So Chicago ends up going with the new group. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Ryan is checked in for Duckworth. Robinson comes in for Jerome Kersey. Ainge is checked in for Clyde Drexler. And Pack subbed in for Porter. Here's Pack.
Make no doubt about it. I'm loving it.
What a throwdown.
And the serious dunk to finish it off. And here's Armstrong. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Down low. 6 on the shot clock. And he makes good on the layup.
Great strength. Armstrong flexing his muscles on that one.
And here's Portland. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Releases. The shot's good from Ainge. And so here is Chicago. Here is Armstrong. King, the pass to Purdue. That one drops for him. Purdue's got his first points of the night.
We don't see it a ton, but Purdue does have really nice finishing skills around the hoop.
So as we conclude the first half, so far fairly one-sided. It's the Bulls delivering the blowout. We're going to step away. Welcome into the third quarter here in Chicago, folks. The Bulls in pursuit of their second consecutive NBA title. A win here in Game 1 would go a long way toward making that happen.
And I don't know how Michael Jordan can follow up that performance in the first half. But we'll find out.
They've got Michael Jordan. Grant is out there with Pippen. And there's Cartwright. And it's Paxson. And a 4 3-pointer falls for Jordan. The NBA Finals record is 6. He's knocking on the door and getting oh so close. One of the great halves in NBA history, Clark, shattering some league records in the process.
And you know what, Kevin? Portland's got to be terrified. I mean, we thought his wrist might affect him. Instead, Jordan looks now like he's never been better.
He's incredible. Beyond the arc. That triple gives Jordan 5. Michael Jordan is just one three-pointer away from an NBA Finals record. And Jordan, Mike, is just tormenting the Blazers from three-point range.
It's going to take a much sharper effort from Portland defensively. They can't give Jordan an inch of room on the perimeter anymore.
And that's out of bounds. It was last touched by Drexler. And now let's take a look again at that incredible rejection.
An emphatic rejection that was. Boy, you got to appreciate that kind of forceful, in-your-face defense.
A nice shot by Jordan.
And right now, MJ has it going on. His teammates should just continue to get him the rock.
Pass to Kersey. Drexler against Jordan. Unloads from 9. No good there. And the Bulls going the other way now. Just a little over 90 seconds gone in the third quarter. Tying the NBA Finals record. Michael Jordan with an exceptional display of shooting. That was his 6th three-pointer in this game. Drexler kicks to Porter. The basket good off the assist from Drexler. Porter's got 4 points in the quarter.
Just reflexive shooting by Porter. The ball comes his way, and he knows exactly what to do with it.
How about this, guys? If the Blazers had taken Jordan in that '84 draft, their backcourt could have been MJ and Clyde the Glide Drexler. How about that for a twosome? Coming out of halftime, they're on an absolute tear.
And I don't know what was said in that locker room, but it's working.
Kersey passes to Duckworth. Makes it off the glass. Duckworth's got 6 points.
Nice find that time from the swingman Kersey. Teammates love that kind of unselfishness.
Mike, the '84 draft is rehashed and looked at from every way, but it is scary to think, isn't it, about that guard combination in Portland had they drafted Michael Jordan.
Well, the West had so many strong centers back then, you can't blame Portland for taking a big. But it would have been a lot of fun, Kev, to see MJ and Drexler team up.
Future Hall of Famer. And it's Chicago scoring again.
I think Jordan could do this all day long. I mean, the mid-range area is a very comfortable area for him.
Clark, you think the Bulls may be in Porter's head? He's having a hard time getting anything going.
I don't think you can discount it, Kevin. He's a totally different shooter against this team. In all 3 of their meetings this year, his field goal percentage nowhere near its normal level.
Just 3 to shoot. Duckworth's shot is off.
Not a bad look, just didn't fall.
At the elbow, it's Jordan. And slam dunk by Jordan.
Hey, when Jordan is cutting to the cup, he's locked in on throwing it down. The D doesn't have a chance at denying him that chance.
Drexler outside. And Grant sends it back. Outside Pippen. Floats it up for Grant. Up high to stop the alley-oop.
Totally in sync on that play. Grant gets up there at just the right time for the alley-oop setup pass.
And the matchup between Jordan and Drexler. Mike is not going how the Blazers wanted it to.
This could be a long series for Drexler. Jordan's not one to let up when he's got a guy on the ropes.
Yep. Lobs it up.
Nice work, and they are getting it done at both ends.
And building on this lead. They're playing a pretty complete game.
There's a minute 40 left in the third. Drexler outside. Williams against Grant. And it's out of bounds to Portland. They'll retain possession. Chicago making some changes. Williams, he's checked in for Carter. Johnson comes in for Pippen. Armstrong subbed in for John Paxson. 1:27 left in the third quarter. Ainge. And again, unable to change momentum here. Chicago with the ball. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half. Robinson against Jordan.
Hard not to respect how tough Jordan is inside. Really good at angling his body to pick up the foul call.
He's made all 3 of his free throws so far.
The line for Chicago.
And both free throws good for Jordan. And so here's Portland. Back passes to Robinson. Here's Abdelnaby. And Grant sends it back. And they're able to recover. And they get it back. No good. Not a friendly rim at all this trip down. Mike, they have been fantastic tonight, haven't they?
What a performance from them.
And it's Bryant missing.
Struggling to find their flow while the other team is on the roll.
Yeah, this drought is really hurting them. They've got to mix things up and try and snap out of it.
Ainge kicks to Robinson. Over Jordan. Hands the 12-footer.
With Robinson.
And so it's Williams who brings it up for the Bulls. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. And Jordan gets it to go. Jordan's got 59 points.
The D's got to offer more resistance. Jordan is too skilled this close to the basket.
And here are the Trailblazers now. And coach a foul here. And it looked to be an intentional foul.
I'm not really sure why he did that. Maybe a miscommunication.
Will Purdue.
Here's Pat, guarded by Jordan.
Outstanding distribution there. I mean, what impressive passing ability.
Robert Pat.
Now, here is Jordan. That will count. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. And so it's Michael Jordan making things happen for Chicago. Going on an absolute rampage, piling in the point.
24.
Welcome back as we get set for the fourth quarter action here in Game 1 of the NBA Final. Portland and Chicago both trying to jump out to an early lead in this series.
And guys, I don't think there's a better crowd in sports than this Bulls crowd. They can make it deafening in here.
So with Drexler sitting on the bench, this is Rick Adelman's lineup. They've got Bryant. Otley is out there with Ainge. Then it's Robinson. Here's Jordan. Nice shot from 10 feet out. And when you've got a crowd this enthusiastic, Clark, and a player as exciting as Michael Jordan, that is a pretty potent combination.
Combustible is a word that comes to mind. Really a match made in heaven. I mean, MJ feeds off of that energy of the crowd. And when he needs a boost, they give it to him. And vice versa.
Here's Abdelnaby. No luck, they battled on the glass but couldn't knock it down. And it continues to be a battle for Porter against the Chicago Bulls. Clark, he can't get any traction.
Well, Chicago's defense has been a real Rubik's Cube for him. He just can't seem to solve it. The Blazers are going to have to do a little bit more to try to get him some easier looks.
And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A three-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
A testament to his superior strength. I like watching Jordan muscle through contact and finish.
So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group. Cartwright's checked in for Purdue. Grant comes in for Livingston. Pippen's checked in for King. And it's Paxson in for Hansen. Here's Ainge. Trying to free himself up.
Boy, much respect for the defensive Jordan. I mean, he gives his all on this end of the floor. I mean, fantastic. Getting his hands up to block shots. I like that they're putting in the work, trying to build this lead out.
Because in the NBA, no lead is safe.
And Jordan's three-point output has been a huge story once again here tonight.
And that's not usually where he makes his mark. If he continues to pour it in from long range in the next few games, the Blazers will have their hands full.
Absolutely.
Enjoying this big lead, and right now they look unstoppable on offense.
Everything is going exactly how their coach drew it up. Top to bottom, this is the pinnacle of execution.
Here's Watley. Portland again missing. Now the Bulls with it. They're rolling here with a 9-point run. Here's Jordan. And he lays it straight in. Jordan's got 11 points in the quarter.
Some contact won't hold Jordan at bay. He gets aggressive and gets through it.
Pass to Ainge. Bryant with it. Robinson passes to Abdelnaby. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Grant.
It goes on Horace Grant. First one falls for him.
At the line for the Blazers, Ala Abdelnaby taking 2 shots.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
And for all the talk of the Blazers' tendency to self-destruct late in games, this is a team with plenty of playoff experience.
Jordan is doubled. Paxson outside. Back to Jordan. That one falls, coming off of Paxson's speed. Paxson's got 10 assists here tonight. So active. And you talk about the Blazers' playoff experience, Clark. It's up and down the bench.
You're right, Kevin. It's not just the core guys. I mean, they've got players like Ainge, Cooper, Buck Williams. I mean, these guys are veterans with years of postseason games under their belts. He doesn't pass up any opportunities to throw it down.
Oh, no. Once you give him space to take off, he goes for it.
Slamming it down with one hand, too. Love the ferocity.
Outside for Pippen. And the Bulls get it back. And they double up Jordan. Picked his pocket. They're running.
Bulls foul.
And the Bulls with some changes. Kings checked in for Grant. Anson comes in for Pippen. And Armstrong subbed in for Paxson. And a switch here also for Portland. Pax checked in for Danny Ainge. Pass to Pack. From deep.
Remaining in the game.
The offensive rebound.
Nice job to guide that miss back in with a deft little touch.
And what about the timing, Clark? He showed to be right where he needed to be at the right time.
That's a lot harder than he made it look. Great tip-in.
Jordan inside. Robinson on him. And Jordan gets it to go.
Boy, what a ruthless, wicked dribble move that time by Jordan. Threw his defender off and got the space he needed to fire.
And an intentional foul right there.
You know, I just can't get my head around this decision at this point. I mean, you got to keep the clock going right now.
Not sure what he was thinking there. I'm sure this will be something Coach will highlight during the next film session.
Pippen's checked in for Hansen. And Portland with a change here, too. Ainge is checked in for Watt. Here's Pippen. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Jordan. Jordan's got 4 assists in the game. Outside, Robinson. Here's Pat. And the pass to Abdelnaby. Pulls up from the corner. And it's Cartwright with the rebound. Cartwright's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. It's Pippen on the way. Releases. And it's Chicago scoring again.
And this run has helped seal the win.
Give them credit for executing down the stretch. Nice work.
Takes the 13-footer. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
He had space to operate inside, but just couldn't get it to fall.
Back to Jordan. The shot's good.
Tremendous strength there from Jordan. Knows he's going to get hacked inside. Finishes through it.
Back passes to Ainge. Here's Pat. He's covered by Armstrong. Here's Abdelnaby. And nothing is falling for him right now. Armstrong dishes to Jordan. Over Robinson. Jordan's shot is off.
That's a quality shot right there. It just didn't fall for him.
Hey, they don't all end in scores. Great execution, and they're happy that they had that kind of a chance.
Chicago foul. B.J. Armstrong. Third personal foul.
First free throw is good.
Team foul. Shooting for Portland, Robert.
That's also good. So he hits both free throws. Chicago calls timeout. Guys, what's your take?
Unique timeout here. With the game pretty much settled, got me scratching my head a little bit.
Win or lose, always a teaching moment. Coach didn't want to wait.
Put your hands together. It's your bubble. Substitution on the court.
And with this victory, the Bulls stand just 3 wins away, Mike Fratello, from their second consecutive title.
And it looks like they are determined.
The Trailblazers, 52. Thanks again, folks, for coming out and supporting your basketball team.